White rabbits, white rabbits, white rabbits. Let's hope for a bit of good luck in the change. Welcome to another sunny day here at Let's Do Bonsai. Let's go back inside and carry on with episode 3 of the kits, the bonsai grow kits. So here we are back inside and ready to begin episode 3 of the Botanical Bonsai Kit. This kit did give us these Redbuds. There was 3, but unfortunately one of them hasn't made it this far. It died probably about 2 to 3 weeks ago. It sort of keeled over and fell over, and it wasn't really making any progress too much anyway. But this one's got lots of nice little growth coming out at the top. The leaves are nice. Some of them have got these red spots on, like a rust effect, but it's inside the leaves itself, so I'm not panicking too much about that. The bottom of the main stems are nice and solid, so I'm quite happy with that. We're not going to plant them on or anything like that. What we are going to do, because of the height of these, they're beginning to not fit into the tall tents upstairs, so I'm going to create some room in the wider, taller tent where all the plants are on the floor, and squeeze them in. Obviously make sure that they're getting plenty of light, etc., and let them continue to grow using the space and the light that's available to them in that tent. Obviously I will make sure that they're nice and clean and free from anything before they go in, because we don't want to reinfest that tent, but they look pretty clean. There's some little signs of that we have a snail floating around somewhere, and it keeps leaving little piles of poop everywhere, and it's amazing the size of the poop that it leaves. So I will find that little fella and set him free into the garden. So they're just going to go into the taller tent so that, you know, they don't get to a height and then the top's not getting the sun that it needs. I don't want to cut it down just yet. I want it to grow for, well, probably the spring and the summer, and we'll see how we go from there. They may well make it outside rather than being stuck in the tent, so they'll have natural light and they'll have natural day-night processes. But no, they're doing really well. Coming back to the stadium itself, we do have one larch coming through at the back, which we are going to pot on today. It's trying its best. It's been crying out for potting on for a while. It's leant over to one side and it's not the happiest. But we didn't get anything further out of any of the other pots, so what I'm going to do is we will pot the one larch on, and then the rest of these soils. Hiya Pete. Pete's found his toy. The rest of these soils and mixtures, we will put a layer of soil up to about there, drop the rest of these in, and then just put that pot into the greenhouse or somewhere where it's protected from the wind, but it gets plenty of light and warmth, and if there's any growth, again, fantastic. So we'll place these in there and carry on with these. And then this stadium, although you can use it again, the way I've been using it and the way I've stored it, it's broken apart. You probably, if you used it indoors and had it sat on a windowsill or something where you can look after it, it probably wouldn't go as bad. But there you can see the snail poop. How lovely. And that's a small dollop. So this snail's got some right beastie feces. We'll have to make sure none of that transfers into the pot when we're doing the potting up. So we'll just find a bit more of the screen and we'll put that into the bottom of this pot that we're going to put the larch in, and we'll just get a load of soil put into there. Again, this little scoop, it's good, but it takes some time to fill up these pots. I might have to start bringing the bigger stuff in again, but the little one does a decent job. So we'll get our little larch here. We'll keep him in the soil, and come on, we'll just mound. I've made this awkward for myself. We'll mound the soil in and around it so that it can stand up. I'm not going to be able to bring this to the lip of the pot, but it's okay now. It's only training, it's only pre-bonsais, very, very far from being considered a bonsai. Like most of the stuff we have, we keep referring to it as bonsai, but it's got a long way to go. So that's that in its little pot. We'll do away with the holder, and we'll just make sure that we've got some water in there to allow this little larch to grow on. He'll go into the tent with the rest of the larches and pines, etc. We will label him so that we know where he's from. So I keep putting my stuff away and don't put it in the same place. And I think I must bring a new Sharpie out for every video I do. So this is Botanical Bonsai. And it's a larch, and if I look at the Redbuds, hopefully I did put some dates on there. No, I didn't. But this will have been September 19, and it's now 1st of the 3rd 2020. So out of this kit we did have another larch which I think I've potted on, and I can't seem to fully locate it, so I must have not labelled that one up. But there we are, Botanical Bonsai Kit larch. The Redbuds out of the Botanical Bonsai kits, and I think, you know, we can consider that a bit of a success if they keep going. The Redbuds, if we only get the Redbuds and they keep coming through, that sun's getting strong. That you know, it's a success for me, because we've got 2 Redbud trees that we can do something with. So we'll just see if we've got some more screen, which we have. We'll drop that into the bottom. That was a pretty good guess. Drop that into the bottom of there. Fill it up. So if anything roots, it's got this nice bonsai soil to go down and into. But what we'll do is we'll just drop the soil into the top from each one. We may get a bit of something, we may not. it'll have a way to go, some of it at the bottom. I think we'll stop there with that one, because otherwise it'll have too far a ways to climb through the soil. You're only supposed to plant it a few millimeters thick. We'll get another label so that we can label this one, and we'll put a bit of an idea as to what we can expect to come out of here. So this was Botanical Bonsai Kit from September 19, repotted on 1st of March 2020, and in there may be some larch, and there may be some sweet gum, liquid umbar. I should have just stopped at sweet gum. Obviously this kit also did have some success with the pines, but I think we just waited too long to take them out and plant them on. So it has been quite successful, this kit. It's delivered the pines, which we didn't plant on. It's delivered at least one larch that we can prove was from this kit, and it's delivered the 2 redbuds. We'll get these other pots put into the greenhouse, and we'll see if we get anything from those. Bit of screening to the bottom of there just to cover the holes the best we can. That's not too bad. At least we're giving these seeds every possible chance to come through. We're not giving up on them with the rules that we were given by the handbooks that came with these. We're you know, allowing them to have every opportunity to keep coming through. And if they don't, well, we can't say that we didn't try. A few more scoops, 2 scoops, and we'll put the soil. I think that is possibly a bit of poop. And we'll just break that soil in. It looks like something had grown and died there. There's a little bit of a remnants of some rooted stuff, but it didn't do a great deal. So unfortunately that would have been one of the pines that killed over. So the pines are at the bottom, which is fine, because it was the pines we didn't rescue in time. And then I think if we flick the top soil out from the juniper side, which from the last video we did possibly end up with some larch in the mix. As somebody pointed out, don't be surprised if you get a larch popping up, and I did think that myself. But we'll put the everything in, so it gives us every opportunity to get a bit of something. And the rest of that I'm just going to put in the bin, because we've had our time with the stadium, and unless I happen to get another kit for any reason, I shan't be using it again. Give plenty of water, let it soak all the way through the soil and down into the bonsai soil. And we'll obviously give this a label as well, just so we know what it is if we do get anything. Botanical Bonsai Kit, September 19, and it's now the 1st of March 2020, and possibly in here we have pines and junipers, and possibly a surprise larch, but we'll not really put that onto this. We'll just have to remember that there's we'll just have to remember that there's a possibility of there being larches coming through. So there we go. So we'll get the larch back into the tent. We'll move the redbuds into the taller tent and make sure that they have every chance to carry on growing. And we'll transfer the 2 non-growing seeds to the greenhouse. Dispose of the botanical stadium. We've got some recyclable plastic here, so the plastic will go in the recycling and the cardboard will go in the cardboard recycling. Thinking green. So that's it for the Botanical Bonsai Kit episode 3. I'm Scott Winard, and we'll see you in the next one.